Good morning, I'm Kaylee, and it should be known that given the right educational environment, students are capable of big things. Noster is a small farming community in central Missouri, adjacent to Whiteman Air Force Base, and thanks to our teachers and skills that we have learned from our Project Lead the Way classes, we can do anything.
Here at Whiteman, it's not lost on us that we are flying every day the world's most strategic aircraft in the B-2. We also know to be able to maintain that edge and to continue to be the world's most powerful and capable Air Force, we have to stay ahead of the game and be innovative in our approaches.
We had an issue, kind of a long-standing issue, frankly, with this airframe-mounted accessory drive. This is called the AMAD panel, and this sits in the left side of the cockpit, just outside the left knee of the person in the left seat, and as you can see, there's 4 switches. Well, when one of these switches goes the wrong way in flight, some interesting stuff can happen with the engines, electronics, and hydraulics. And we wanted to make sure that they were protected.
He does a good job engaging the community, developing relationships here locally, and has developed a close relationship with the Noster School System Superintendent, Dr. Jared Wheeler. He knew from that relationship an impressive robotics team that they have over there at the high school. And so he reached out to Jared and said,
is there a way that we could partner where Whiteman Air Force Base and the 509th and 131st Bomb Wings could partner with your robotics team at Noster High School?
Many people think, what does a superintendent do? It seems like an easy job, just walk around and wonder. I can tell you here at Noster it is. Because when we put opportunities like this in front of our students, they step up, they rise to the occasion, and they nail it.
It's not very often that the superintendent comes to your school, into your classroom, and says, we need a favor from this class and this robotics team.
What we know is that when you have strong schools next to installations, military facilities, that strong schools make installations strong.
Like any adjacent school to any military facility, we have a great connection with Whiteman. You'll notice that our logo is the Noster Panther with the spirit behind it together. And from the very beginning, that was the idea, was to make it a cooperative kind of effort and everything we could do to bring those two entities together.
In 72 hours from initial design concept, 72 hours, this team of high school STEM-related super smart students printed this. 72 hours from initial design concept to final product at the grand total cost of $1.25 a copy.
This part is going to cover 4 important switches in a $2.2 billion aircraft.
it was impressive to see the ingenuity and the initiative in each of these students. You know, they're young high school students, but they're incredibly smart, and they're the type of people that we need in the future of our country and certainly in the future of our Air Force as we continue to modernize and stay at the forefront of technology so we can maintain our dominance in air power throughout the world.
Hi, I'm Jenna. In October of 2018, after the completion of a mission in Colorado Springs, a switch was accidentally disengaged in the P-2's instrument panel, causing the plane to execute an emergency landing. Brigadier generals came to our school and said, "I don't want to wait 10 years and spend $10 billion. So we called the school superintendent and asked him to find out what the engineering classes could come up with. We immediately sprung into action, honored to rise to the challenge when our nation was in need. Students from the Engineering Design and Development class headed the project with collaborative efforts from the Intro to Engineering Design, Principles of Engineering, and the high school robotics team. Over the course of 72 hours, an airframe-mounted accessory drive panel in the B-2 cockpit became the focus point for us. Armed with the technology currently available to the team, computer-aided drafting and design, a modified 3D printer, and a food-saver vacuum sealing system, the group designed, printed, and tested multiple prototypes. With several more refinements, version 8 of the AMAT cover completed approval process on November 4th. Over the following months, we went to complete around-the-clock production and manufactured completely in-house all 36 covers that are currently being flown in every V2 and flight simulator.
Hello, my name is Gabriel. In May of this year, students in our engineering design development class were approached by an educator from Whiteman Elementary with a complex problem involving a student who cannot feed himself using conventional eating utensils due to the fact that he lacked the normal range of motion. After defining the problem and developing a list of constraints, we decided that the utensil needed to be lightweight, durable, dishwasher safe, and have interchangeable utensil ends, along with a specific compound curvature along its long handle that allowed him to independently feed himself. After multiple 3D printed prototypes using both PLA and ABS plastics, we chose to print the final version of the custom-made spoon in carbon fiber reinforced nylon for its durability and longevity.
Another real-world application of how we immediately implemented the Project Lead the Way design process, along with the drafting and design skills we learned through PLTW, was when we recently worked with Northrop Grumman. Our goal was to CAD and 3D print a life-size model of a specialized tool used to cut rivets in tight locations inside the B-2 stealth bomber wing. This instrument allowed them the opportunity to test if the actual tool, which is evidently made from a mix of unobtainium and expensium, would actually fit before they purchased the new tooling.
Hey, I'm Charles, and in March of 2019, non-masters PLTW classes were approached by the school's special education department to design a solution that helped a student at our school better use his Dynavox Maestro speech-generating device. The final solution consisted of a Lexan panel we designed using Autodesk Inventor and cut with our CNC router. The device attached to the Dynavox with the same dual lock fastener we used to attach the B2 AMAT cover for its proven strength and durability without damaging the expensive machine. The final cover successfully worked with the original case and helped the student to only interact with the desired portions of the screen with his most used speech applications.
On behalf of PLTW, we would like to recognize John Deere, which supports PLTW programs in communities across the United States where the company employees live and work. In collaboration with Chevron, John Deere also supports the PLTW engineering design competitions. Project Lead the Way has given us both the tools and confidence to be prepared for jobs that will use technologies that don't currently exist in order to solve problems we don't even know are problems yet. When we walk into our PLTW engineering lab, we are greeted with a huge sign on the door that says, "Beyond this door exists high expectations." It is here that we train the next generation of doers, problem solvers, craftsmen, and engineers that will solve the world's problems from farm to space with the professional confidence and grace born within this building. We would like to thank our PLTW teacher, Chris Adams, a 2019-20 PLTW Outstanding Engineer Teacher, for recognizing the need for engineering classes in our district and giving us the proper environment to help us be successful. This way.